First of all, I came here, I'm not on an official visit to Vilnius, I came here just to thank you for incredible solidarity and warmth and support that you showed my people at a very, very crucial period of our history. I think it is a crucial period of European history as well, and I think only very, very mature European nations are capable of demonstrating historic wisdom, principled approach, and love for liberty as Lithuania did. If you tell me where the conscience of Europe is these days, it is here in Lithuania. Who is guarding the conscience of Europe? These are you, our friends, Lithuanians. And you know, we have a long history, and our histories are very much aligned. We were great countries in the past, and we are great countries today, but we were attacked by mighty empires, and we resisted them, we continue to resist them. And you know, when Lithuania declared independence from the Soviet Union, when President Landsbergis and other friends from Sarkozys were my personal heroes, I remember that was the biggest and one of the happiest days of my life. That really shaped my life for the rest of years and years after that. And I remember every day of Soviet blockade, the fight with Soviet Politburo, the dying Soviet Union, and how bravely Lithuania stood up. How bravely they advanced the slogan for your and our freedom. Well, we are reliving history once more again. We are reliving history because Russians right now are led by a man who wants to restore the Soviet Union, occupying more than 20% of the territory of my country. They forced 500,000 people to flee their homes, and don't allow them to go back. And they also annexed these territories. And it's a strange thing. We are living in 2008, and the Russian army, the occupied Russian army, has renamed one of the towns in Georgia into the name of Lenin. They call Akhalgori Leningori, and they are building new 100 kilometers long wall in Abkhazia, new Berlin Wall in Europe today. And certainly, some people might say, well, Georgia is an exception. Maybe Georgia is also at fault there. But you are the ones who didn't hesitate. You are the ones who said, well, we will go for it. And you are the ones whose president came to Georgia, and said, I will not leave until Russia's tanks had stopped their advance toward the capital. Your foreign minister went to hold record on Georgian television that said, announced to the world, I'm going to this international airport to stand on runway, I will stay on runway, I will sleep there, and let them know that when they're bombing it, they're bombing a minister of European Union member country. I remember that thousands of Lithuanians gave their blood to send to people, to fight the people of Georgia. And you know, these things will never be forgotten and will never be depreciated. I think we are making history now. Fight is not over. Fight has just started. We have to liberate our country, and we will liberate our country from Russia, whatever it takes, as long as it takes. But we will never ever live with Russian occupation, the occupation of this brutal, anti-human, anti-European, anti-democratic, and basically anti-historical force, because it goes against the principles of history. We will seize part of Georgian territory. Ukraine is not a real country, and Baltic countries are not defendable. Those three things. And, you know, we better take those warnings seriously. And I think that's high time for us to just, hold hands and understand that we are in the beginning of this long historic road. Unfortunately, some people always want to take us back. And I wanted to thank each single one of you. I mean, there is nothing that can express my gratitude, our friendship towards you, and our appreciation of what you have done. Because for our people, the main sense of vindication is that we haven't been left alone. Main sense of vindication came to conquer Georgia, we were always left alone, and they could always succeed and win. This time, there were other peoples in the world, there in the world, fighting back together with us. There were other peoples outside the world raising their voices together with us and for us, making songs like this wonderful girl made a song, making demonstrations, donating blood, as I said, sending solidarity, sending volunteers, as you have said. And you know, these things make lots of difference. To us together, this is twice as much as Georgia is alone. Us, you, other countries around together, these are already tens of millions of people. Tens of millions of freedom-loving people. And we have to know that this fight, of course it will not be easy. But we also need to know that in the end there is no way that people who want to reverse history will prevail. There is no way people who all lies and deceit of the rest of the world would prevail. There is no way that evil would prevail over good deeds and good intentions. And that's for sure. We are dealing now with a real evil. We are dealing now with a real, bad force. But in the end, I think there is no way that force can be a winner and can be final, can have an ultimate limitation. So, again, I came here and for all the good reasons they might invent. But one thing is clear. Every time they tried this in the past, every time it ended in tragedy, and in the end they were cursed by history. Can we, in today's world, allow the same thing to happen again? I don't think so. So, again, I'm here to just say how much we love you.